Welcome to Rain Shadow Reads. I hope you guys are doing wonderful today. We're going to be doing a reading for Taurus. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this video is the time that you are meant to come across this video. And we're just going to see, it's going to be a general message. This is for, I do sun sign and rising sign. Sun and rising. Yeah, we can, it can apply to your moon sign also, just because that's emotions. But I don't apply this to Venus or anything like that. So not a Venus reading, not a Jupiter reading. This is sun, rising, and moon reading for Taurus, okay? Okay. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please do so. Remember to turn on the bell so you get notifications when my new videos come out. If you would like a personal reading, my information is going to be in the description box. You can email me at rainshadowintuition@gmail.com. We can book something. Currently, wait time isn't very long. I usually try to get right on that. I don't like waiting for a long time for readings for myself, and I don't like to leave people waiting a long time. When I look for reading, it's because I want answers, almost immediately. It's an urgency. That's just personal. So I take that to apply to, what I would like. And that's how I treat my customers, is how I would like to be treated. Okay. Let's see. Holy Spirit, what do you have for Taurus today, Lord? What can you give us? What information? What's going on with Taurus? So I'm going to do the situation. First three cards out is the situation or you. Spirit, can you tell us what's going on with Taurus? Give us, what is the situation with Taurus? Taurus right now. What's going on with Taurus right now? What is the situation, please? Get two more cards. Taurus. Okay. Wow, you guys. Okay, so we have a big message here because we have the first three cards out are all major arcanas. So we have the High Priestess with the Fool and the Death card. So this is this is going to be a big message for somebody. This is going to be like a life-changing situation for someone right now. Let me see. Just see what we get, what's going on with you. This is the first time that I use this deck, so I want to take a minute just to look, to really look at the cards. I think that you might, you could possibly be dealing with a Pisces. So what I'm getting is, honestly, I think that there's a need to use you're being called to use your intuition right now, before you make a decision. This decision is about bringing something to life. There's something new that needs to be started there, that that's in the process of beginning right now. But before, there needs to be, like, I think, honestly, or maybe like a spiritual awakening is what I'm seeing. I really think that you need to use, like, right now, it's like you're being called to tune into your intuition and allow this process to happen, because you're about to start a new journey, but you have to have this regeneration, this awakening. I'm just getting awakening. Like, there's going to be an awakening. You're going to, like, wake up. And then you're going to start on this new journey. Like, you'll have, it's just going to be like from one day to the next, everything's going to change for you. You're going to have like a new idea of what you're going to do or what you want in your life, where you're going, just kind of like, it's like kind of like one of those days when you wake up and you're like, what, I don't like this. I'm not satisfied with my life. I don't like what I do for a living. This isn't me. I don't, and so you just kind of like make this decision to go in a completely opposite direction. And I think that's why all, you have these 3 major arcana cards. I mean, that's just like, to start off a reading with 3 major arcanas, it's like a huge deal. So let's see what else we can get in this situation. What is this? What is this new life that's waiting for Taurus? Can you tell us, what is this new life about? What is this new life that's waiting for Taurus? What direction are they going to be taking? Or what direction is it that they're being called to go in? What direction are they being called to go in? What direction are they being called to go in? Oof. Okay. I've got 3 cards. Awesome. Okay. I'm getting, like, the energy that I'm picking up is kind of like a protective energy. I think this is you're being called to protect someone who's less fortunate, or maybe children. Possibly, I don't know if you're an animal lover, it might be animals, but I just get this protective energy of something that's innocent, protecting the innocent, fighting for them, advocating for them. This might be, some social service work or something, bringing peace, bringing peace to people that have been suffering, who've been had it hard, who've had it rough, stepping in. It's really interesting. And again, it's like, this is something that, you're getting nudged, like, you're getting nudges to go, to like go in this different path. And I think it's something that that's been like in the back of your mind for a while, or it's like something that you've had, but you haven't, like, actually, like, given it like the time of day to think, oh, that's what I'm actually going to do. But it's probably been on that back of your mind of like, oh, this would be nice, or I would actually, I would like to do that, or like, I think it's just something it's kind of part of who you are, and you've always known that this is part of who you are. I'm talking to somebody who is a natural protector, who stands up for others, who doesn't like to see someone be bullied, or, who doesn't like to see children suffer. This is somebody who will do something about it, who's actually, like, stands up and does something, and doesn't just sit and watch, or like just stand on the sidelines and say, oh, that's not my problem, I don't, that doesn't concern me. This isn't somebody that does that. I'm talking to somebody who doesn't, like, I mean, maybe at times, you might think, because it's like a lot of times in society, and we might be like taught to, like, okay, that's none of your business, leave it alone, but it is our business. If somebody's suffering, they need someone, they need help. And if it's like, and if you feel that, within you, you have this passion to help do that, that's what you're being called to do. Listen to that. It's a big deal. Like, this is a life-changing event. Like, this is huge. This is life-changing, and you're going through an awakening right now. I'm getting, you're going through an awakening, and it's going to change your entire life. I think you've been living a life that's just been satisfactory, just like, you've kind of been numb even, you're not enjoying it, you're not passionate about it, it's kind of like routine day to day. But now I think, like, right now, honestly, everything that's been going on, or whenever you listen to this video, right now there's the coronavirus and everything, and so there's a lot of people are stuck home, and they're having time, they have the time, they're forced to sit and at home, and you have the time to reflect and to really think about what you're doing with your life. Think about, am I happy? you know, and I think this is really pushing you, and it's like kickstarting, you know, this awakening within yourself, because you're asking all these questions and you're like, man, like, I'm just so unsatisfied. Like, you look back and be like, all this time that's gone by, you know, and where am I? What do I have to, you know, to show for myself? Like, yeah, I have, you know, like, I have a job and I have money and everything, and I did everything I was supposed to, but I'm not satisfied. This isn't it. Like, there's still something missing. You know, what's missing is aligning with yourself, you know, aligning with who you truly are and doing what, you know, what you're called to do. Because we all have a purpose here. Where there's always, you know, it's like whatever you feel passionate or like, follow that, you know, whatever excites you or gives you that, you know, follow it. That's where you're supposed to go, you know, and it's like no one else can know, no one else could possibly tell you what that is, because they don't know. So it's like they might think, oh no, you should do this, or that'll never amount to anything, or you won't be able to make a living doing that. They don't know that. You know, you have a purpose in this life. You have a calling, and you need to do it. And then, you know what? And then let everything else work out. Like, trust God. Trust to say, you know, I don't know how I'm going to make a living doing this. I don't know how it's going to work out. But I trust that if I follow my path, all those other things will fall into place. You know, and that's like trusting when we don't know. You know, we don't have the answers for everything, but we're going to follow our heart and where we feel that we're meant to go. Where God, or you know, whatever you believe in, the divine, the higher power is saying, hey, this is for you. This is where I want you to go. This is the path. Like, this is what I want you to do. And following it without having all the answers about how it's going to work, you know? And that's where faith comes in. Okay. Holy Spirit, what else can you tell me about this situation for Taurus, Lord? What else can you tell us about this situation for Taurus, Holy Spirit? No reversals, please. Can you tell me about the situation, please? Okay. All right, 3 cards. You know, I think that, like, you've kind of been held back because of what other people might say. I think that's kind of got you stuck before, because you might have to, like, you know, deal with backlash of other people in your life, you know, and it's kind of kept you, like, not taking that next step forward. It's not that you don't have the funds, because you do. You have the means to do this. You know, it's not like you're going to be on the street. You know what I mean? It's not like you're not going to be able to, you know, you can do this. You have the means. Or maybe you think that you don't, but you do. You know, it's like I said, you know, a lot of times things will fall into place. When we follow the path that's meant for us, things fall into place. That's how we know. Like, yeah, there's always going to be tests, and you might be tested, like, in one way or another, you know, to keep going, to test if you're, you know, like, what your perseverance is. Will you stick it through? You know, we're tested on some way, like, that level, but generally things fall into place. Like, it's not something that you have to, like, push down, and, you know, like, it's like that you're just stuck on something happening and it seems that every door is closed in your face. That's not it. It generally, you go, and then it's like one door leads to another door and leads to another door, and things just kind of seem to fall into place for you to go this route. And then once you're there, well, then, yeah, you might have some obstacles, you know, because that's, you know, it's not all easy. You know, you're going to have to, like, okay, what do I need to do? And we might need to take a second and, like, recap and go, okay, God, what do you want me to do from here? Well, okay, what am I missing? What have I forgotten? You know, show me. You know, or it might just be a time for you to rest, and to, you know, to rest because there's something else is coming, and you're going to need the rest to be ready for it. You know, but I think that it's that you've been stopped because of other people's opinions and other people's words and other people's, you know, the backlash that you've gotten, you know, or that you think that you might get. But you know what? This is your life. You're the one that's going to be, you know, at the end, you know, you're going to be the one that looks back and say, okay, well, did I do, you know, am I happy with my life? Am I happy with the decisions I made? You know, and you want to say yes. You want, you know, you don't want to feel like you wasted your entire life living a life that other people approved of. You know, this isn't for them. This is for you. Okay, you know what? Well, I'm going to draw an oracle card for you guys. Just thinking oracle. You know what? Well, I'm going to get a few cards out of this. See what we get from these ones. These are like, this is like a tarot and oracle mixed together. It's the Muse Tarot, and I just think because the messages, you know, the descriptions for the cards are just like an oracle message. I love it. I say it in every video. I love this deck. It's beautiful. But I don't, like, you know, I don't really read it like for entire reading. I might clarify with it, but usually at the end I'll get I'll pull some cards and just see what comes up, and then I'll read whatever I'm drawn to read. You know, whatever card description I'm drawn to read for it. But okay. Spirit, what else can you tell us for Taurus? What message do you have for Taurus? Holy Spirit, what else can you tell us about this message for Taurus? What else do you have to say for this person that this message is for? What else do you have for this person? What else do you have for Taurus? Spirit, what else do you have for Taurus, Lord? Oop, there we go. And we get 3 cards. It's like what I asked for, and I love that. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you've come a long way. Or I think this is like, I think this is talking about it's going to be a long path. This, I'm just going to show you these because we have this. Let me show you this woman right here. She's on this pathway, see? This to this door, right? And then we have this card over here. Who you can see that the path is behind her now. And it's been a long journey. So you have a long journey ahead of you. You see how this door is red? It's the same color as this card. So it's like you have to open that door. And it's going to be a long journey. You know what I mean? It's going to be, but it's going to be worth it. And you're going to come out. You look at, she's strong. She's confident. She knows where she's going. That's what you're going to come out. But it's going to be a long journey. But it's going to be worth it. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn about yourself, and you're going to learn about the power that you hold. This is the 3rd card that came out right now. Realizing that you have everything you need. That you have the power you need. You have power in your hands. I think that you might, maybe you're able, like you might be a healer. You might have, like something about your touch, that heals, or that, possibly nature, or, just a healing touch, is what I'm getting. Yeah. So it's time to make this decision, and understand that it's going to be a long journey, but it's going to be worth it. And you are going to, like, this journey is going to take you, and you're going to realize how powerful you are. Maybe through this journey is where you discover the power of your touch, of what you can do with your hands, of what you're capable of. Yeah. So let me read. I'm going to read this card to you. Let's see what this says. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay. Distance covered in the hands of the muse. And see, that's interesting that it says distance covered in the hands. Distance covered in the hands. Maybe like a palm reader even. Maybe you might be able to read palms. Like you go through this awakening, this spiritual awakening, you might realize that if you look at someone's hand, you might be able to tell things about them. You might get intuitive messages about someone. I just think it's like, and also like saying distance covered in the hands of the muse. We're talking about the distance covered, like that you go through this door way, and it's going to be a long road, and it's like distance covered in your hands. That's really, that's just interesting. So it might not, she stands at the edge of her sanity, not knowing how to go any further, but knowing she needs to cross to the other side. Looking up at the heavens, she sends a silent prayer for help and is answered by a lightness that she hasn't felt for so long. The muse of difficult transitions lends a helping hand to those who seek solace and passage to new status of being, living, and loving. And just let me just stop right there, because it says, the muse of difficult transitions lends a helping hand to those who seek solace and passage to new status of being, living, and loving. So, and what we're talking about is where the beginning message is, helping others, helping those in need. And so it's just like a confirmation of that, of like that. It's your purpose is to help, and that you will be able to help others. But once you go through this, you have to go through this journey yourself first. It's going to be a long road. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And then you will, you'll be able to help others, that need it. They'll need this. Sometimes the way across the river is unclear and muddy. See, and that's what we're talking about, that we might not know how things are going to work out. We don't know. But like just trusting that it's going to. And I love, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I love when, like we're ending the message and it's just a confirmation of everything that I've said. In these times, the Muse asks us to be open to receiving help from wonderfully unexpected places. Trust that serendipity will find you. Look for kind gestures of beauty and keep seeking the bright waters over tomorrow's horizon. As these root and stir inside your soul, you will be moved in the direction of small miracles. Yet forward she crosses, her passage of silence. Laughter without mentions, perversive steeping, inner quiet, helped by kind intention. So you will have help along the way. Like it'll be, you'll have, just like I said, like things will fall into place. Like unexpectedly, be open and just be open to that and kind of expect it, expect things to fall into place. Expect that God's going to deliver a way for you. You're not going to see it coming, and it's going to be delivered to you in the least expected place or person, but and then it'll give you that, it'll revive that hope, and that, it'll be like, okay, thank you. And you'll know that you're on the right path, Okay, well, I hope this helped you guys. Let me know if it resonated. Like I said, I'm leaving all my information in the description box. If you would like a personal reading to get more in depth about this situation, you're welcome to email me. We can get into the specifics of the situation, or what it is, your situation. This is a general reading. It's not, it doesn't get extremely specific, because this isn't just for one person. It's it's reaching several, and it can be a number of situations, but yeah, take care, be safe, and I'll see you again later.